Jordan Graham, please. And his opponent, the challenger from the Coliseum, Pacey Humphreys.
Who are you doing?
I'd say that bout's, you've been a long champion. That bout's looking a bit dated, isn't it? Geez, we need to update that.
Right, let's start with the champ then. Jordan, as Rich said, one of our longest serving champions. I mean, probably, again, with Tank Promotions, probably one of the boxers I've commentated on most. And as you know, I mean, if I'm being blunt, there's times I've been a bit harsh, but it's because I feel that you've got so much ability. To me, it seems that you need to feel the challenge to be really switched on, then you're something else. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, I'd say so. There's times where I've had fights where I've known that my ability is there, so I just sort of do the minimum just to get the win, which probably isn't the best thing to do, but yeah, when I'm in a harder fight, I do turn it up a bit more.
And that's one thing I've never doubted. As you said, you really have the ability, but despite what you've just said, one way or another, you always manage to pull out that win, to retain that title. And as I said, your footwork, your technical ability. With the young man opposite you, I feel I see like a younger version of yourself coming through. I believe this is going to be a really technical bout. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, I would say Pacey has like a very similar style to me. He likes to sit on the back foot, pick his shots. So it's going to be a technical fight. I just like to say, like I said in my interview, it could be a bit too soon for him. He's not had many fights, but he could step up for the moment and give me my hardest fight I've had.
Now, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking exactly the same two things. It is a huge step up for Pacey, but sometimes the fight makes the man. Now, as what we mentioned before, I've just got a feeling this one, you're going to be on the button for, that you are going to be fully prepared, and the last thing you'll want is the young pretender taking your crown.
Yeah, probably for a long time now. This is the most I've been in the gym. I've been going for runs before work. So yeah, this is probably the fittest I've been for a long time for any fight of mine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will say that if any of you have watched this man, Jordan, when he's on form, is something to see. So this, for me, is going to be one of the bouts of the night. Good luck, Jordan.
I want to just sort of pick up on what Jordan said. You know, a couple of things he mentioned. You know, is this too soon for you? I know it's a fight. You know, your dad, your coach, have actually sort of wanted this fight. It was here. And obviously another thing that Jordan mentioned there I want to just bring up was about, you know, getting up for the fight, you know. So, Jordan, do you think with Pacey, technically, he's worked through that novice stage. He's on the brink now, you know, is he still a novice? Is he ready to step up? He's proved he's been winning the fights, but you said about, can you get yourself up for it? Can you get yourself up for him?
I've seen, obviously, a few of his fights, and I can see that he is like a very good boxer, but I've just got to make sure I'm there on the night, but I can't go off his like previous performances, because if I went off of how he performed against Mark, if I'm completely honest, I thought Mark took that fight, and he's not been in the ring for over a year, hasn't trained or anything, but I'm going to be expecting Pacey to be the best he is on the night. So
there, you've heard a bit about, you know, from the champ. You know, you're a bit like Jordan, really. He's always done enough to win, but you've got that winning record. I think you've only had one blemish. Is that right on your record? Oh, okay. So I do apologise. I've done that before on a press conference. What do I know? But listen, you have had multiple wins on my shows. I know that. A couple of your opponents are in this room right now. Have you got anything to say, you know, respond to what Jordan's been saying?
Well, I agree it is a step up. He's had a lot more fights than me. He's had that bout for a long time, but that's what I want. I don't want to be fighting dossers. I want to be fighting the best at my weight. So if I lose, I've lost to the best. And so, yeah, I'm a man of few words.
I was going to say, yeah, but that is a great attitude. And that's something that some boxers could take note of, you know, is rather, you know, some people look at their records too much to try and protect it. It doesn't, with all due respect, whether you're 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, what does that mean? But if you look at the opponents, you know, if you're losing fights, but you're losing fights to, like we mentioned about Mateo, to apologise to bring him up, but he's lost to elite fighters. So we can't really sort of look at that record. But, you know, Jordan, Have you looked at his last opposition? You know, has he been tested? You know, do you think? Are you going to test him?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to test him, yeah. But his fight against, what's his name, Luke Scott Brown, that was a good fight. I rated that fight. But his last fight with Stu was a bit back and forward. I think either one of them could have taken that. But, yeah, I think I'm going to test him, yeah.
If I can jump in here, Rich, if you leave that with Pacey. Pacey, as I said to Jordan, I think I've commentated virtually all your fights, and I have been critical of you in the past as well. And my one criticism is that self-belief. I think I'm seeing it now, because there's times when I've seen you start to get control of a bout, and then for me, you've stepped up off the gas. Yeah. And I say to your dad, when this young man believes in himself and stays in the pocket and continues to push when he's got the edge, we're going to see a different Pacey. But just at the press conference here now, I just see something in you that I think maybe this could be the time, because you've got the biggest challenge of your career.
Yeah. In my sparring, I'm a lot more vicious now, I will admit that. And coming forward, constant pressure. I don't want to... I can box on the back foot, I can do it well, but I don't want to do that against Jordan, because it's probably going to go his way if I do that. I want to be aggressive, I want to be throwing the big punches, and I want to be pinning him up against the ropes.
Well, this is why I like this bout, because you're against, for me, one of the best back foot boxers in the business. His timing on the counter, and with what you've just said, Rich, for me, this is going to looking and shaping up to be a really great bout, because this man is superb on the back foot, and I've always said I wanted to see you more as a front foot boxer. So for me, it's perfect, Rich.
You just said it there, you know, can't really call Jordan old school. He's still a young man himself, you know, and obviously Pacey's upcoming. So look, this is a great fight. You know, we spoke about debut boxers. The show is called Champions Return, and one of them is returning. You know, is he still going to be the champion on the 22nd of February? Listen, buy your tickets and let's find out whether Pacey can dethrone him. Let's have a round of applause, please. Josh, Ralph, Rowan, get this. Jordan, Josh, Ralph. I'll talk to Rowan, yeah?
Okay, and turn and face. Nice and close.
Hold it there, not still, right? Well done, lads. Thank you.
Well done, guys.
That's it. Well done. Looking forward to this one, lads.